Welcome back to Karen's channel, visitor. The boss likes ranting and views, so combining these two together gives us a rant view. Let's hear an unscripted rant view about something or someone and pray to God Emperor that Karen stays coherent. Enjoy.
Good morning, tacticians. So, I woke up, checked the game, and lo and behold, the Patermine PM, this guy, is visible. So, at the first glance, well, he looks like the Tyrannid / Gene Stealer logo, which is funny because boy, does this pose look very unstable. That tongue thing he's got going on is creepy, but that's fine. Now, let's have a look at... I'm probably gonna alternate between its and his, but that's okay. Abilities. The active. Deals quite a few psychic hits to an adjacent enemy, so melee. That's suspicious because Ragnar. Then summons Pure Strain Gene Stealer on each adjacent decoy, and the Gene Stealers can attack in melee, but cannot move, which is standard for summons, except for the Necrons, really. Necron warriors from Anufet. Now, okay, this is kinda interesting because you can use it as just a hit, or when you have managed to accumulate decoys near the front with Zibia, or we'll get to this later with the Patermine, you can get these annoying guys that we have already met in the Skull Hunt. And I wonder if they, like in the Skull Hunt, can also revive once and drop more decoys. I don't see that ability in here, but it's possible. So what about the Patramine's passive? Oh, whenever he defeats an enemy, it places a decoy on the hex of that enemy. Okay, that makes sense. Gives him a way to produce decoys, to produce more Gene Stealers, and kinda turns enemies, or well, enemies biomass to Gene Stealers. You know, make the corpse and then alien thing, face hug and chest burst, and you got a fully grown alien in about 10 minutes of real time, just like in Alien Romulus, which was bullshit. But that doesn't matter. Okay, so decoys. Then the other enemies surrounding the defeated unit have a 30%, and this is probably going to increase with levels, chance to be suppressed for 1 round. Okay, this begins making sense with the traits of the Patermine, to which I'll get later. The one thing I dislike is that it's a chance, but again, like I said, it will probably go up. So in the legendary at maxed, I'm not sure if this increases with every level or just with tiers. So I think if it's with every level, then it should go to something like full. And if it's with tiers, it will probably go to something like, I don't know, 70-80%. So that, yeah, nerfs everything around the Patermine's target, and have the same chance to trigger battle fatigue a second time. This doesn't mean that, or shouldn't, the way it's worded, mean that the enemies will have a 40% chance to run, I think, because of the second time phrase. I think this gives the Patermine just a 40% chance to roll the battle fatigue on the targets adjacent to what he killed, but I'm not sure. Either way, this is in PvP pretty much only useful against the orcs and the Astra Militarum, Yarick and Creed, against their Canadians and against Grots. So I wonder if this implies that the Gene Stealer campaign is going to be against something that has battle fatigue, just like Harken does that in Cadia, which is full of stuff that has battle fatigue. We'll have to see about that. I do hope that the Gene Stealer campaign slash Tyrannid campaign with Gene Stealers as auxiliaries will be against, well, I'm gonna say against the Tau, or maybe against one of the unfarmable space marines who could possibly have some Astra Militarum units to support them. And well, finally, when the Patermine this is weird. Why do you name him the Patermine but then use his title in the ability descriptions? But detail, I'm nitpicking. When the Patermine moves onto a decoy, it heals itself for 40 health. Okay, so you have multiple ways of using your decoys this way. You can use them, well, once or twice with Anshi in Anshi eligible modes to spawn yourself an army, or I was ranting too long and the screen went into screensaver mode and stopped recording because that's a thing on mobiles. Oh well. So you can use the Patermine or the decoys with the Patermine to either spawn yourself an army or to heal him. Oh, so he's sort of like a second Death Leaper in this regard. And now if we look at his traits, he's got Infiltrate, so he can run in next to an infiltrate unit and block it from using its ranged attack if he can get it, or if he can get all the way to it, or he can attack something next to it, ideally kill it, maybe with his active, and then he has a chance of suppressing everything around it, including the Overwatchers. Synapse, which makes sense for him being the boss of the Gene Stealers slash Tyrannids. I wonder why it cancels out instinctive behavior. Well, I understand why it cancels out instinctive behavior. Bloody hell, mornings. I wonder why it cancels out battle fatigue on non-Tyrannid units. But okay, using him with Snotfloga or the Canadian summoners is probably gonna be very niche for this effect. Then he's got Terrifying, meaning he takes less damage from melee attacks. And Unstoppable, which, okay, again, kinda points towards him being a melee unit. Then that inevitably raises a finger because, well, he's gonna fit nice in Ragnar teams. He will be tanky in melee, and he will one-shot stuff and produce summons or cause you to do weird positioning. Then again, since he puts the decoy next to himself because he's melee, and you can then just attack him and step on the deacon right away. So that's probably not a big deal. But yeah, that unstoppability, that's gonna be annoying in the arenas. Alright, so combo ability with Zibia. Well, Zibia's active makes more sense now because you will have, well, a very tanky in melee unit for her to target in melee with a taunted enemy. And there is some combo ability with Zibia's passive. I wonder what the decoy placement targeting for it is, because if it's random, then well, she moves maybe in hopes of putting the decoy next to the Patermine, and then it spawns on the other side and you're screwed. If it's smart targeting, like show self drones and whatnot, then there is the possibility that you go to the front, so you push in with the Patermine, then you move Zibia close to him, and the decoy from her will try to spawn next to the Patermine, and then you use Patermine's active to give yourself a Gene Stealer. That's a possibility. Or alternatively, you can run Xibia in. Where is that ability? There. No. Yes, ambush. You can run Xibia in. It's the ambush ability that drops the decoy. And yes, the Gene Stealer Pure Strains had ambush, I think. So yeah, they will come twice. So anyway, you can run Xibia into Overwatch, which will give you a decoy, and then you can use the Patermine's ability to kill something next to the decoy, or from next to the decoy, get yourself a Gene Stealer, and you get another decoy for Xibia to resurrect unless something steps on it or kills it with a splash. And yeah, you can combo like this, but that's probably a riskier thing. Oh well. So far the Gene Stealers seem about some wicked positioning combos similar to the Admex. That's gonna be interesting. Anyway, that's enough of this sleepy Rantview. One more thing I'm curious about is how speedy the Patermine actually is, because we don't see that yet, and I don't want to spoil myself and go to the wiki, which already has the leaks, because of course it does. And what attack profile the Patermine has, but I think he will be like an overgrown Gene Stealer. No, this thing. Yeah, there's the ambush there, and they have infiltrated and unstoppable as well. Okay, so that's gonna be pleasant. So he will probably not have a psychic range attack because he doesn't count as a psyker, but he will probably have, oh, I don't know, that there's arguments for both having fewer and more bio attacks in melee, and possibly speed 4 because he's like the best, which is gonna be unpleasant because again another unit that makes the game faster in PvP. And yeah, I think that's all for me for now. Have a good one, Tactician.
If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and watch the video again.